when I was incarcerated, you know, I sat down and I drew up a plan. That plan was what I was going to do to run a successful business if God gave me a second chance. You know, because I messed up that first opportunity back in the day when McDonald's, the most successful African American men in the state of Maryland, stepped up and gave me a chance to open up my own martial arts school. He would sponsor me. Instead of sponsoring me, he said, "No, let me help you go into business. Let me help you plan for your future." I didn't know what he was doing. So I told my instructor put up the money. I had drug money, and he refused to take that. He said, "No, you got to do it this way, the legal way." And I messed up. And I begged and pleaded. And God gave me a second chance to, you know, fulfill that dream of opening up my own business once again with nothing. One person gave me a helping hand, and her name was Nancy Music. And I ain't gonna forget about the students. So when I went to open up this school, to start this school, my second school, my students found the location, and my friend Miss Nancy stepped in, and she provided me with some support so I can be able to go ahead and get this thing started. And I had a second plan. You know, I had a plan planned out how I was going to go back on the corner, twirl a package, and make millions of dollars if this didn't work. But because I stayed so committed to this, and I kept on thinking about the consequences of living that negative lifestyle, hey, I stuck to this, and I just flipped the script. I took everything I learned with reporting to work on time, you know, living by principles and codes and so forth, like we did in the hustling game. I did the exact same thing with running this business. And I had everything planned out, and I planned that whole thing out while I was incarcerated. So while everybody else was running around watching TV, doing all those crazy things, I was either working, going to spiritual meetings, working out, or planning out how I was going to attack the world with my business plan and find a way to pass this message on through my Stronger Than Drugs Foundation. You know, all I wanted to do was give back. And through all this, man, I mean, even at this successful level, I guess that's what we call it. I mean, I'm thankful for what God has done for me, but you know, through all this, I mean, I never thought that the enemies would be the closest people to you. I never thought that that battle, you know, we have this strange misconception. And I think that's why you can't talk to some of the youngsters now and some of the teens, because they like, yo, forget that. They be perpetrating, they be fronting. You know, they're going to give you a chance to get on top. Then when you get on top, they're going to stab you in the back and try to make you fall right back down after they didn't use and abuse you. So they saying, before I let somebody use and abuse me, I'm just going to go out hard. I'm going to go out like a soldier. I'm going to get what I can on my own and around people that I know how they going to come at me, not like snakes. The difference from the hood and the corporate America and you know, I guess the suburban lifestyle is that in the hood, if somebody said they was going to kill you and they was going to hurt you, believe it, they was going to kill you and they was going to hurt you. You ain't had to worry about it. You know, in this lifestyle, what is hard to adjust to is that everybody's like a snake in the grass. They tell you they love you and they like you and they got your back, and guess what? They be the first to set you up and have somebody pull a gun out on you and try to take your life. They be the first to sue you. They be the first to write a letter and send a letter to somebody that's important to try to break you down. You know what I'm saying? But when you see them face to face, they don't say nothing. You see them face to face, they're like, oh, I didn't do that. You know, they go behind your back and spread rumors and talk about you. They want to share your story. They want to talk about all the things they supposed to know. Ain't nobody going to stop me, and ain't nobody going to make me, like I was incarcerated and I felt like, man, I can't go on. No, nobody will never make me feel like I'm an ex-con and I'm a product of my environment. No, I broke out and I broke that cycle. When I came home and I had to go and, you know, take custody of my son, the only person was there was that young lady by the name of Miss Nancy. And my instructor, Master Brown. You know what I'm saying? Through all that struggles, through all those things I had to do to raise my son single-handedly as a single young black dad and deal with child support and deal with all those things that no black man wants to be caught up in and wrapped up in, you know what? I made it through. Now I get through it, and on the other side, people want front. People want to try, like, they're gonna try to hold you down. I realize that. I don't care how good you do. Guess what? As the Biggie song says, more money, more problems. Well, more success, more problems, because it's going to come at you. I mean, I've been through so much, man, in the last 3 years. I'm surprised I ain't going back. All my anger, you know, I used to just go down in my studio and rap and just rap about all this explicit stuff, all the things I've been through, all the things people did to me just so I couldn't come out and hurt somebody and do something to somebody, because I know I don't want those consequences. I mean, it's been a struggle, but I continue to fight for that inner peace. That's where that, when I talk about the woe is from within, yeah, and I say woe, I need to say it like that. When I talk about the war from within, I'm talking that internal battle from all the things that's happening around you externally and trying to like take you under, man, and how you got to maintain control. You don't know who to try to get on top. You know what I'm saying? I will never give up on anybody, because nobody never gave up on me. And if my instructor, Miss Nancy, my sister, anybody would have gave up on me, I wouldn't be right here right now talking to you. If anybody don't like the way I carry it, because I know most people take the way I try to live by taking the higher ground. You know, I ain't trying to deal with the animal me. I'm trying to deal with the spiritual me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think and move and respond based on that. I want people out there to know, man, I don't care how successful you are. You will continue to be in battle. But you know what? It's how you continue to deal and adjust with those external battles from the inside will determine the peace and harmony and the happiness that you will have. Because God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. Believe that. So you got to continue to battle from within to settle things down and not allow people outside to take you under.